59% of Americans don't trust our nation's government. Surprised? They haven't been telling us exactly the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth for quite some time. We've been talking about indoctrination and setting the record straight through education. Great place to start. The lies the government has told you. Judge Andrew Napolitano is one of the sharpest men I know. He is one of the strongest defenders of the Constitution I know. He is one of the few people that tells you exactly the way it is, whether you like it or not. If I were God of the universe, you'd be my Supreme Court Justice.
Oh, you are so kind. Good, Glenn. Thanks for having me here. God of the universe.
Yeah, I'm not shooting for president. God of the universe. Obey me. Okay, we were talking a little while ago about the way they are, the subtle things that you can leave out in history.
Right.
That totally change everything. Just about everything that we have going on, for instance, education is a right. Is based on a misunderstanding of the Constitution or
Absolutely.
an outright lie.
When your producers asked me today, well, what's the common thread in these lies? It's a lack of fidelity to the Constitution, but a pretense that they are following the Constitution. It's a lack of fidelity to basic American values. Are all men created equal, or are they not? Does the Constitution apply in good times or in bad? Does it not? Are we entitled to privacy and protection from the government as well as from the bad people, or are we not? And when they put their hand on the Bible and take an oath to uphold the Constitution, from public school janitor to president, do they really mean it? They seem to violate it as soon as the hand goes down.
Well, for instance, all men are created equal. Yes, all men are created equal, but they don't stay equal. And that's what we're trying to do. Basic equality and social justice, that's equalizing the game. You were born equal, but you don't end up equal.
They want us to end up equal. They want to pull down the rich to uplift the poor. They want to guarantee that we're equal at the finish line. They want to remove the meritocracy aspect from American values.
They will say that health care is a right. Well,
that's the confusion. Is it a right or a good? It's a good, like shoes or a necktie or a gym membership.
Yes, but all humans have a right to health.
We have a right to what comes from our humanity, which is the pursuit of truth, which is freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom to worship or not worship, the right to be left alone. A good and a right are the opposite. A right comes from your humanity, from your existence. A good is something you have to pay for or someone pays for in your behalf.
How would you say, how far away from the Constitution are we in degrees? If 180 degrees is the opposite direction, 180 degrees, you know, in this course deviation, how far off the original founding are we?
150 degrees. The founders would not recognize this government, would not understand its intrusiveness.
So then let me come back and ask you this question. How do you get back there? Back in a second. Back with me now with Judge Andrew Napolitano. He is the author of a brand new book. It's in bookstores today, Lies the Government Told You. You just said we are 150 degrees away from the Constitution.
We are close to the exact opposite of what the framers wanted. They wanted a small national government with choice among the states. We have a national government that regulates virtually every aspect of our lives today.
So how do we reverse it?
We shrink the government back into the confines of the Constitution. We abolish the income tax, remove the lifeblood of the federal government's excess, which is cash, remove its ability to tap our pockets whenever it wants, however it wants. At some point, taxation is theft, and the government must understand that.
But you can say that, and I think we're on the same page. You get it because of this book. You can't make that case to the American. Everybody will answer the same. Well, you're never going to do that. You're never going to.
The American people have it within their power to abolish the IRS and to restructure the government.
With one thing.
Education.
The truth.
Correct.
The truth.
Correct.
You have to correct the lie. Once you correct the lie, everything changes.
The big lie is that the Constitution prevails, and almost everybody in the government, almost, there are some good people, look the other way when the Constitution is in their way.
The lies the government told you. Judge Napolitano, it is in bookstores everywhere. Judge, see you again.
Thank you, Glenn.
I mentioned earlier on the program, today is the National Day of Action to defend education. Resist, mobilize, transform. There they are, mobilizing, resisting, and transforming. It's an assault on, I think, our Constitution, a perversion of what's going on. I mean, if you look at this poster, you can tell that almost every socialist and communist organization in America is involved. Tomorrow, a special 1 hour on education in America. Don't miss it. From New York, good night.